Hello, what is up? So, I'm making a video today to talk about path tracing and why I don't really care about it. Because the fact of the matter is, it does run very slow, even on Nvidia. And I've found in games like Star Wars Outlaws, which I'm going to load up soon and show, uh, Black Myth Wukong, I didn't like the performance once you turned it on. It was literally pointless for me. I mean, even on the 4090, I would just force it off. I wouldn't have path tracing even on low. Uh, so if you're looking at this, I've saved a few images here. So you've got path tracing there, ray tracing, and normal rasterization. And obviously you can see there is a lot more detail in the reflections of the lighting and all that. There's more bounces on the path tracing, but is it worth it? For me, it's not. Uh, I'll be honest, I'm pretty happy with that. Being in the middle with the ray tracing, which actually runs pretty well mostly on graphics cards today. So it's just a case of that for me. I mean, I think it's the performance that I really don't like when you're using it, even on Nvidia. And the other problem I had was on before DLSS4 come out, you were getting worse image quality. You were getting more blur on DLSS3 because you're having to sort of go performance, especially on the 4080. On the 4090, I was able to go balanced. Quality ran it all right. I mean, but you are getting lower than 50 FPS. But it's when it went to, especially on the 4080, when you were going literally below 30 with frame generation on, you really felt the fucking lag, and it would just run slow, clunky, and I thought I'm not enjoying this. So on the 4080, I just turned all of it off, the path tracing. Um, and I literally, even on Nvidia, I was thinking, well, I shouldn't be having to do this because it's Nvidia tech, and why can't they run it properly? So pretty much, essentially, it's in the beta feature. It's a beta feature. Uh, so until these graphics cards can actually run it fast enough, I'm not interested. I don't give a fuck about it. So that's my thinking of it. I mean, as I said, Cyberpunk, probably the best case of how it runs, but it's still not great. And you do get low dips below 40 FPS, and I just think, what's the point? So even on the 4090, you will get, if you use DLSS quality, uh, it does seem to not, you will get those dips, and it just ruins the experience. And normal ray tracing does look pretty good, I admit. So there's this one. So you can see it. That looks good. It's just more realistic with path tracing, more to real life. You get the proper lighting and all that, but it's like enhanced lighting with path tracing. So yeah, I haven't got a problem with how it looks. It's just it don't run well enough for me, not for my standards. So that's why I don't use it. I mean, even on Cyberpunk, I loaded it up on the 9070 XT as well, and it can do it. But I just think, you know, you're losing so much FPS. What's the point? And we have got a video here. I'll load that up. This shows you exactly what it does. Path tracing.
Graphics are getting so. Recently, Cyberpunk added path tracing. In short, it's ray tracing turned up to 11. To give you the general idea of these
So it's just,
technologies, you gotta see how.
as he says, it's just ray tracing turned up. Too much, in my opinion, for it to be in games.
Light works in the real world. Light bounces over and over and over again. If I shine a flashlight on my hand, you can see that it also lights up my face.
See, I don't care about all that too much.
And my microphone. Light bounces. So ray tracing already does this, but path tracing does an even better job of bouncing light more, which leads to significantly increased realism. This is most evident in scenes like this, which already looks pretty good, but as I turn on path tracing, you can see, oh, yeah, that makes more sense to my eye. It's a little less arbitrarily lit. The light is coming through that.
Yeah, it does look better. I don't deny it. It definitely looks better, but how far do you want to go with it?
Hallway. Surprisingly, one of the best shots I got here was of this meat.
And it did cut out, yeah, I mean...
Day difference. Some environments get darker, some environments get lighter. In a closed space, a tiny...
Yeah, I'm not denying it's good technology, but at the end of the day, if it's not running well enough in the game, I mean, I am a gamer first, so I care about more what my character looks like in games that are third person, like Star Wars Outlaws, Final Fantasy. If I'm looking at the hair quality, that bothers me more than path tracing, I'll be honest. I mean, because that is more distracting. If the hair quality is shimmering to fuck, like I showed in my other video on this, that's why I had a problem with FSR 3, because of the hair quality. Because even at 4K, a lot of the games, and it did look low resolution, I care more about a resolution of a game if it's looking good than hair quality than I do path tracing. And that's me. I mean, I know people are going to get the ump about it that say, because I know a lot of people really like path tracing, and they like to force feed it to people, and do videos like looking around shop corners, looking at the floor, looking at the cars going past. For me, you're just spectating. I mean, I haven't got a problem that like it, that want to live in the game, just driving around. But for me, I mean, it does look great in Cyberpunk, as I said. But for me, if I'm playing a game, I don't care. I'll go into the game, I'll have a look and think, oh yeah, I'll think that looks great, yeah. But then I'm totally immersed into the game, and I'm not really thinking about it. So that's when I start to think, do I care about it? This is literally what I started to think towards the end on the 49. I think, was it really worth it? Because I wanted to try it out to see, just look at it for myself. Is it really worth it? And I don't think it is if it's not running well enough. If it's like a lot of the games today. I mean, I weren't really too bothered about sound of ray tracing, but I do think it does make a nice difference. But if you're saying, because it's literally enhanced ray tracing, path tracing, I'm happy enough with that. And if it's going to run like 20 FPS, say, but you're getting like 70 FPS to 80 with that, I'm going with that. So that is my point about it. I know a lot of people but I'm a gamer first at the end of the day. So we'll load this up, and this will be a good example of how badly it runs when you turn all that Nvidia tech on. So it just runs too slow. I mean, this is just path trace lightening, I think, isn't it? I think it's just path trace lighting. Oh. And for me, there's not enough going on to use it. There really isn't. I mean, I've had a look at all these games with a tech in, so I know what I'm talking about. And unfortunately, because I did reinstall this, because I uninstalled it to save some space, but I haven't got FSR 4 in this folder, so I must have installed it into a different one, because it's hard to keep track. But so yeah, that's not going up, but it don't really matter, because to basically prove my point, I don't need FSR 4 in this, because what happened? So this is without that Nvidia tech on. So you go in. As I see, this is I think this is without frame generation. Yeah, so that is off and it's running great. So we go down here, you put all this stuff on. Direct lighting, yeah. So that's what it is. And even on the 4080, the 4090, you're losing a lot. I mean, I'm surprised that the 9070 XT is doing this well. I thought it'd be like fucking 25 FPS or 30, but this is at 1440p. But yeah, for me, I mean, so it's just more realistic lighting. Do I care about that? No, I don't. I wish I cared, but for me, I don't. Because I care more about how my character looks in front of me. I don't just go around looking at shadows and all that. So for me, as I say, I know people are going to get offended by this, but as I say, this is my channel. I will say things what I believe, and just to see how other people think. Other people? I definitely know there are people who think like me, where they just think, what's the point of using it? Because I do know someone who says, what's the point? Because he'd rather have a higher FPS, and I do agree with him after experiencing it for myself. And this person's never experienced path tracing and all that, but he says that he's seen it and he just don't think it's worth it. So that's why I thought I'd make a video about it, because for me, it's not changing anything for me. I still think the game looks great. This is even FSR 3, but obviously there are worse cases of it. But it looks great enough for me. I'm not even using frame generation. I don't feel the need to. Now I ain't got that crap on. So it's like Nvidia, they push this tech on you when it ain't ready, and then you got to make sacrifices like get more blurry image going to DLSS 3. I mean, DLSS 4 is a big improvement, but how long did that take? But still, then you're losing performance in FPS. So for me, I'd rather just use. You got ray tracing on anyway on you. What you got? Yeah, you still got ray tracing on, so you got normal ray tracing on. Actually, that wasn't all set the way up, so that would have run even worse with all that crap on the Nvidia tech. So you can, I mean, it's not like there's no ray tracing in the game. Yeah, so that's gone down now, see? So that would have pretty much been unusable. That's why I thought, because I remember. Yeah, so this is what I mean. And I'll probably just put that down to higher now. Now I've seen how much performance that takes away. I'm not even seeing that much of a difference. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Is it really worth it when the game looks pretty good anyway? So what's that? Yeah, so just turning that up, and this is where you'd probably start to think about frame generation. You're getting over 60 anyway. I know in this sort of place here, because when you're in the wilderness, you will lose more FPS on this game, I've noticed, with all the vegetation. And then it goes up more. It runs a lot better than Spider-Man 2, that's for sure. I mean, the ray tracing on that game, there's just definitely something wrong with it. But I mean, it's definitely, you're getting a 60 FPS plus. And also at 4K you can go performance once you get FSR on. This is the annoying thing when you're trying to do a video. Anyway, I think I've proved my point on it. So we come out of that. So, yeah, I mean, I think some people just prefer looking at a game rather than playing it. That's what it feels like. So, I mean, that Digital Foundry, that Alex, so I think it's more made for people like him, all this path tracing. So people that think like that. But for me, I'd rather just play a game for what it is. I mean, in this game, I am really enjoying it without path tracing. There is someone, actually, I did have a look. So if we go here, Community Hub, and where is it? Discussions. Someone said, there we go. The Last of Us with path tracing would have been fucking insane. I'll take it, that's what he said. Come on, Naughty Dog, you know what to do. Well, I think there is a reason why they haven't put it in there, because it would run even worse than it did, because it was a bad port. But for me, I'm enjoying it without all that stuff in. So I can, if I'm being honest, a lot of these games I've enjoyed more without path tracing. On NVIDIA, you sort of feel you need to use it. And I just find I'm not using it anyway, so that's why I think what's the point of me going on NVIDIA anyway when I'm having to go DLSS free with more blurry image and more smudging. On AMD, you sort of like you give them what you can run anyway. They're not forcing it down your throat every month with all their videos and all that. So I'd rather not use it. I'd rather use it when it's ready. That's my main point. And my suggestion to people that that are using it, what's the point? If you're getting low FPS, my suggestion is just turn it off and the game still looks great. That's literally how I think about it. So I haven't got Black Myth Wukong installed, but you can see that for yourself. As soon as you put path tracing on that is a bloodbath, because even on the 4090 I had to go DLSS performance, and I did see a more blurry image on the 4090, and I was thinking, I'll just turn it off. I mean, it don't make a big enough difference anyway on that game. For me, I literally hardly notice it. I think the biggest difference is when you're looking at the water. There's shadows and like there's more resolution, higher resolution on the shadows or something. I mean, this game it runs like crap, and I don't know if is there path tracing in that. I'm not too sure, but there might be. It wouldn't surprise me, but again, it's just stuff that make a game run worse. And I'm a gamer first, and I'd rather have a slightly worse looking game and it run better, and that does me. I mean, this runs pretty well, shadows with all that. I like the hair quality on that. So again, I'm happy to use it if I feel it's not destroying my performance. So I mean, that I love it. I love this game. I love that. There's no path tracing stuff in that. So they make a difference. If there's a game like this person wanted it in, I understand some people like just looking at reflections all day and path tracing, but for me, this is my experience. I mean, I'm looking at my character more than reflections, looking in windows and stuff, looking at cars driving past, and waiting for night time. I don't. For me, as I said on my channel, this is how I like to experience gaming, so I will literally say how I like to experience it. And if people get offended, they get offended. I'm here to sort of bring my reality. This is my reality to how I enjoy gaming, and I don't need the extra tech until it's ready. So because it runs far too slow for me to care about it, I'd rather have the extra FPS. You know what I mean? And does it make so much of a difference that I had more FOMO for it before, because there was a time on the 7900 XTX I was always thinking, maybe I'm missing out big time with it. I definitely was with image quality because FSR 3 was bad for hair quality, and I do like hair quality being the best it can be. But once I had a look at this, I thought, yeah, it's great, but then I thought, well, it's not so much of a difference that I couldn't live without it. And that's why I'm literally going to stick with AMD, I think, going forward to UDNA, because I don't think path tracing will even be that much better on UDNA. But I'd still leave it on the table, as I've said in my other videos. I can leave it on the table, path tracing, because I don't care about it. So I just wondered if people, if there's other people out there who feel the same like me, that they just don't use it even if they got Nvidia, because it just runs as slow as a tortoise. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm fine. I think that was my main point, that I don't deny it. It looks great. So yeah, it does look great. But I'm happy with that. Normal ray tracing. So I think that's as far as it goes for me at this moment in time. I don't care enough about path tracing. That's what the video was about. So I'm more bothered about, if you're looking at this image again, the hair quality is nice, and I found in Yakuza, for some reason in this game, it was a lot worse than native than I've ever seen it on FSR 3. But it's always been bad with hair quality on FSR 3, because I noticed it in games like the first Descendant and other games. It was just shimmering a lot, even at FSR 3 quality at 4K. So I'm thinking it would have been so much worse at 1440p FSR 3. That's why I wasn't willing to go down to 4K. Then Nvidia, it did look better at 1440p than the ultra wide. I definitely wouldn't have bothered with if I still had the XCX, I would have stayed at 4K. But now FSR 4 is here, it's changing the game. And the good thing about FSR 4 is you're not losing performance in FPS. I actually think you're losing more on DLSS 4, to be honest, from what I've seen. But there you go. I mean, I'm not 100%, but I did notice a bigger loss in FPS and then that's what a lot of people were saying, go DLSS 4 performance, and it does look better, certainly compared to DLSS 3. But with FSR 4, I don't think you're losing much in FPS when you go from FSR 3.1 to FSR 4. I think it's pretty much the same from what I've seen anyway. But I will need to test that more. Anyway, I think that was a good video, just to say why. For me, I literally, if there's path tracing in the game, I've got no worries about just not using it, because I don't care about it. I mean, it literally just depends how it runs, but it's not a. I know some people need to use it, even if it means destroying the image quality. So there you go. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.